Hello, everybody, and welcome to Houston Life. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Jennifer Broom. All right, let's get down to business. You know, all week long, we've been talking about love, dating, and relationships.
Yes, we have. But today, we're adding in a special guest to mix things up a bit. Please welcome Mr. Man, the defender of the male gender. Now, obviously, he's here behind the screen. We're concealing his identity, disguising his voice, so he can feel free to speak openly.
And we also want to introduce our experts. We have marriage and family therapist, Dr. Viviana Coles, and certified sex therapist, Emily De Ayala. All right, we got to go straight to Mr. Man. Mr. Man, why is it when an attractive woman walks by that your eyes seem to wander that way?
Well, I think everybody appreciates beauty. Women look at men, men look at women. It's perceived differently. If I look at a girl, I want to jump her bones. If a girl looks at a guy, she's just appreciating it.
Oh, you know what?
So is it all in the perception?
I guess it is.
I mean, it sounds like Mr. Man is suggesting a double standard here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so. You know, I think this is part of the problem that men tend to objectify and over-sexualize women, which doesn't really do much to help your relationship. We encourage men and women to work towards understanding each other.
Wait a minute, but doesn't Mr. Man have a point, though? I mean, he just said that if a guy checks out a girl, he wants to get with her. If a girl checks out a guy, she's just sort of looking. I mean, that to me...
I will say, I've spoken to a lot of women about this exact topic, and they don't tend to look at a guy and imagine, hey, I want to jump your bones. Like, that guy walking over there, they're not imagining themselves having sex with that person. They are appreciating them.
But how do you know a guy is imagining having sex with a woman, though?
Well, we can just assume
guys.
that's the case, right? We can assume that that's the case maybe 9 times out of 10.
No, Mr. Man, you must be feeling a bit understood right now.
Oh my God. Please.
Okay, so next question.
This is the problem. Guys look at things and appreciate beauty just like women do. Okay? There are some guys that are Neanderthals, okay? And there's some guys that like the slow approach. They want to talk, they want to go to dinner. But there's different kinds of personalities when it comes to guys. Guys are not all the same.
Okay, but Mr. Man, why do your eyes wander down to my chest when you're talking to me?
Well, I have a good answer for that. If you don't want us looking at the jewelry, why do you put it on display?
Oh, so
Wait a minute, we really don't have a choice.
We may as well cover up in a full veil, right? I mean, come on.
Oh, wait a minute. What if I don't look? Am I gay?
No, you're
not at all.
respectful. Look, there's one thing to notice. It's another thing to sexually objectify. There is
gawk.
a definite difference. Yeah, you don't want to gawk at a woman. And a woman should feel like she can dress how she wants without worrying that a guy is going to gawk after her.
I don't want to have to wear a potato sack every day.
No.
Sorry, Mr. Man. I agree with the ladies on this one. I support if a woman wants to wear something that she feels sexy in, go for
Hey,
it.
but it's not even if, I mean, you could have something all the way up a turtleneck on, and it's still going to happen.
It's almost like the mystery draws the eyes anyway. It's almost like sometimes they're just derobing you anyway.
I know, that's
Right.
Okay, Mr. Man, so we've got another question for you. Many women may complain that men seem to never notice. Like, if you get a haircut, a guy doesn't notice, or maybe you're wearing a new dress. Mr. Man, do you really not notice, or do you just not really care so much?
Are we in a relationship, or are we talking about just people in general?
Let's say a relationship, like your spouse, your girlfriend, your wife.
Women have so many clothes and so many shoes. Every day is a new outfit. How could you? I mean, they all look great. But if you wore your prom dress every day and you look good every day, wouldn't you get tired of me saying, "Wow, you're hot"?
Nope.
No.
I'm guessing the answer is no.
Women love those words of affirmation.
loses the
Keep them
impact.
coming.
But we do give a lot of messages that we've been saying over and over again that men tend to be visual creatures. So when the women who care about them want to give them something new to look at on their own, their own bodies, if they don't get that affirmation that they would notice, then the women are like, why did I go out and buy this or do this or shave this or wax this?
And I think
They're not
it's
even gonna
frustrating
notice.
because a lot of men may not notice the new dress, but they'll notice the price tag attached to it.
True.
You want to be appreciated
so
for
true.
the appearance.
Ladies,
too.
can I just pause the conversation for a second? Is this a chemical thing? I mean, the differences between men and women, are these just learned behaviors?
You just said the
or-
visual.
It's
I mean,
both
yeah.
and. It's honestly both and. It's not as stark of a difference as is painted, for example, in Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I mean, there are a lot more gender similarities, but there are some differences too, and I think we do ourselves a disservice when we try to pretend like men and women are exactly alike, because that's not the case. We do ourselves a better service if we understand and then try to negotiate some of the differences.
okay.
And a lot of the cultural things. I mean, we're talking specifically about our experience as Americans. So we're speaking on behalf of most American women, American men.
Yep.
It's different in other parts of the world.
All right, we got to ask Mr. Man, why do you communicate by only sending one-word text?
Efficiency. I find the more words you put in, the more feedback you're going to get, and it's usually not positive.
Thank God for emojis then, that
Yeah.
helps. But no, I do think this is one of those gender differences that does exist, and that is women tend to be a bit more verbal, men tend to be a bit more spatial, so that's definitely a gender difference
Wait,
that we
so
can give a little energy to.
Does that mean, though, that we should give men a break then? Because, I mean, there's this stereotype
Yes.
that men are bad communicators. It upsets a lot of people. So should we say, hey, he's just a guy. He's
Just
a bad
being, he's
communicator?
just being efficient with one word.
Because that also sounds
Right.
kind of like an excuse or a cop-out to me.
Well, I think there needs to be communication about that. If you
Yeah.
know that your partner is, very efficient, and if they're at work and just boom, 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 like I did right before I got out here, I mean, that's different than if it's, hey, tell me what's going on with your family. I heard your mother's not feeling well, and he's like, she's fine. I mean, that's not really enough.
Need a little more.
Yeah, we need a little bit more.
But
In person, not over text.
But if he
Certainly
uses
not.
more words, does that rile up the women to start using more words back?
Well, I've seen many couples who could save their relationships by just not texting their frustrations.
Yes, that is
So
absolutely
the fewer words that are used in text or in print, the better.
Although I will
it comes
say
back
that
to
some
haunt.
people, when they feel verbally confronted, tend to shut down. So I've worked with clients from time to time on drafting a short, try to keep it like to one paragraph letter, because that gives the person on the receiving end time to digest the information and think about their response before having that immediate reactive response.
Mr. Man, last question for now. Are you afraid of commitment? Because a lot of women say that about men.
No. I mean, most men, there's two types of guys. There's guys that want to be in a relationship, and there's guys that don't want to be in a relationship. So the deal is that when you have somebody that's non-committal and they're just hanging on and enjoying the ride, they probably don't want to be in a relationship, and that won't bode well for long term.
All right, I like this Mr. Man. He's given us some balanced perspectives, because I think that's true. I absolutely think that's true. Yeah, good job.
Okay, we're going